Hey guys, here at osandvtxreviews.com. So you're giving our full video review of the Palm Treo 750, which is actually a Palm Treo that's designed for AT&T service. Now this is actually one of the only AT&T phones that Palm has produced with their Treo lineup, which offers Windows Mobile as the operating system. So it's actually pretty unique in that sense. We've seen the other version for Verizon and Sprint, and those versions offered a large and bulky antenna on the top of the device. And they were also a little bit older devices. Now this version for AT&T means it's a quad-band GSM world phone that uses a SIM card, so it's great for traveling. It's also the slimmest Palm Treo with a really small design. It's got a concaved back, which means it's easy to grip, and it's made entirely out of the soft touch and plastic fusion that makes it one of the smaller Treos to date. Again, no antenna on the top, so it's got redesigned ergonomics all the way around. Let's take a look at the design. For the most part on the front, things remain unchanged. We still have that smallish touchscreen display. The color is the pixel density isn't as good as we expect it to be these days. With that said, it's still a bright and vibrant display. And other than that, we have an AT&T logo on the top of the device, followed by the Palm logo and a speaker grill. And below this touchscreen itself, we have a Treo logo, followed by a 5-way D-pad, a talk and N key, 2 soft keys, a Windows key, and an OK key. And below that, we have a full QWERTY keyboard that has 4 rows. And the QWERTY keyboard has a white layout for the number pads, and the black keys are basically the only QWERTY or alphanumeric keys. On the left side of the device, we have access to a volume rocker. We also have an additional shortcut hotkey, which if you press this button, it will access a application if you're choosing. And if you don't change the setting in settings, this device will automatically launch the Windows Media Player. On the right-hand side of the device, you have access to your infrared port, which allows you to beam information to other devices. You also have a mini SD card slot for expanding the memory of this device. And on the back of the phone, you have access to that fixed-focused 1.3 megapixel camera with a self-portrait mirror and a loudspeaker. Again, the back is made out of soft touch material, so it's easy to grip. And to take off the back cover, you basically press down this switch, and you can flip it up. And there's the battery underneath. You have to remove the battery to access a SIM card underneath the hood. On the top of the device, you also have a slot for the built-in stylus, which is right here. It's a pretty lengthy stylus, and it's easy to use with the touchscreen. So let's turn on the device and see what you have in the UI department. So in terms of operating system, things remain pretty much unchanged. To turn on the device, we press the on key and we press the center key to unlock. And we are greeted to the traditional Windows Mobile home screen. Now, we're not really fans of the Windows Mobile home screen. That's why Windows Mobile has been being washed out these days and being replaced with other UIs. But still, it's a powerful platform for people who are more focused on productivity and office managing than, I guess, for fun and entertainment. It still offers quite a lot of features, but in terms of experience, it's very lacking because it's not finger-friendly. That said, to access the phone, we basically start by pressing the menu key on here. We press the menu key, which will bring up this tasks, and then when we press the dial pad, that will bring us to the dial pad of the phone. The screen is very large and it's easy to press and easy to dial by. If you don't want to use this, you can also use the white keys on here to access the numbers. Now again, the QWERTY keyboard is backlit, so it's easy to read even in darker conditions. So that's pretty much the phone feature. In terms of call quality and reception, the microphone is very good at picking up sound. It's not the clearest microphone out there, but with that said, the speakerphone quality is really good. It's super loud, and it's an enjoyable experience overall by talking in this phone. Reception is also a strong point of this phone. We never really dropped a lot of bars with this device in general. And in addition, battery life is also pretty impressive, with us being able to use this for around 4 days continuously without draining the battery completely down to 0. We did a little bit of web browsing each day, watching a few YouTube videos with this device, browsing the web, checking emails, and calling people. And so battery life is definitely strong on this device. So check out some other features. You have the Google suite pre-loaded into this device, which allows you to search Google on the web. You also have access to your Gmail. We also have access to your maps, a link to YouTube, a link to news, a link to Picasa photo gallery. We also have access to SMS, Google Contacts, Google Reader, Google Calendar, Google Documents, and Google Blogger. So it's got the full suite of functions there. The email client also supports POP3 and IMAX support, so you have the ability to send and receive a lot of different services from custom email clients to the larger ones. and you can see the list in this list view. Unfortunately, the volume rocker doesn't dub as a scroll wheel, so you have to actually physically use the smallish sidebar to scroll through different applications, or you're forced to use a 5-way D-pad to actually go and scroll through different emails. Overall, though, your emails are easy to see. You can see and read your text. They also provide links for you to either go to the web or dial people, and it's overall an enjoyable email experience. So another feature of this handset is the calendar and application. This is pretty standard. You might be thinking from other Windows mobile handsets, but this provide voice-based directions and guidance. What that means is that if I have an appointment at 8 o'clock, at 7:30, a robotic voice, kind of like Siri, will actually speak to me and say, you have an appointment coming up at Dr. blank blank blank, and you should probably get going. So it's a pretty nice feature there as well. So let's take a look at Maps. You can launch it by pressing the Map application on Google. And if I can get there, you can see I'm in the San Francisco area, and you can search through this application. You can zoom in, I can zoom out, and overall it's a pretty enjoyable experience by using the 8 GPS service. There's not full GPS service on here, unfortunately, so you can only use it with your data service, so it does cost money to use a GPS. Other features are pretty standard. You have Internet Explorer for browsing the web for Google. Things are pretty standard there. Browsing the web is pretty quick because it uses AT&T's 3G network in the US. You can also unlock this device again, use it in Asia or Europe with another service. But pretty much things are standard in that department. Not a lot of stuff there. So basically that's your web browser experience. It's a Internet Explorer, Pocket Internet Explorer is kind of limited. It's not our favorite web browser out there. But it does the job. If you want to install Opera, it's probably a better experience for you. It's going to be a lot faster and a lot easier to actually type on, but that's the option is up to you. In terms of connectivity to wireless networks, you have again that 3G connectivity. In addition, you have Bluetooth on here. No GPS. We have pictures and messaging. We can take a look at the camera. You can see the camera pictures turn out to be a little bit fuzzy, but they do provide nice color and nice overall image. But unfortunately, you can see that the screen isn't the best for viewing a lot of content thanks to its small size, but it still is a nice media player if you're on the go and watching quick videos. Again, there's no 3.5mm headphone jack on this device, which is unfortunate, but the camera is average, as you might expect from something with such a low megapixel count. So overall, that's just a first look at the Palm 750 series for AT&T service. It's one of the sleekest Palm Treos ever released on the market, and it's pretty interesting. Definitely take a look back at this product. It still is something that would be recommendable if you're looking for something that's strong in office editing for typing down documents, and with PowerPoint, Excel, and Word editing, you can do quick typing on this device and edit software, but there's not a lot of games, not a lot of applications built around this device, so it's not the most finger-friendly device out there. Thanks for watching this video review at osandvtxreviews.com. This has been a review of the Palm Treo 750 for AT&T.